All right. I'm Illinois Sports Talk, and we're going to talk about the Fighting Illini, the University of Illinois football program, which is a very sad story. Nothing new here. National ranking and recruiting 74, previous year 88, pathetic. Big Ten rank 14th, um, same thing last year, pathetic. Average rating 0.8422. Even worse than last year, if you can believe that. That's pathetic. And so these are the kids coming to the school, and I wish them the best. I really do. But national ranking 485, and that's the best recruit we have on paper. Not rated, not rated, not rated. When you look at these recruits, if we were playing in the MAC, something like that, you'd have a little bit of hope. But honestly, these are the kind of kids that you get, and you're just hoping that you can win the MAC. It'd be tough. Here's all the transfers. Players that couldn't cut it. So he couldn't cut it at Notre Dame. He couldn't cut it at Alabama, Michigan State, and then you have maybe some upgrades for themselves going to Illinois. But um, this is the kind of recruiting that um, has your program in the gutter in the Big Ten. So we go back to 2020, and we can see that once again, nothing good, nothing really good. So, but bad recruiting gets you bad teams. Now, what Illinois football needs to do is they need to get a coach who can recruit and make the team realistically. If you could get us at a Wisconsin level, Wisconsin's a really it's a great program. They're always good. They always have a winning record. They make it to the Rose Bowl here and there. And if Illinois can get to that level, I think that's realistic. That's the dream. But you know, it's going to take a coach who can really do something. But look at this record in the Big Ten. Just look at this. All right, 2-6, 6-7, 4-8, 2-10, 3-9, 5-7, 6-7, 4-8, 2-10, 7-6, 7-6. Look at this. 2007 they went 9-4 in the Big Ten. So that's like a dream season for them. But then it was before that 2-10, 2-9, 3-8. Um, then in 2001, 10-2, that was their best year in a long time. Um, but look how pathetic this is. I mean, this is pathetic. Just the history is pathetic. All right, so I'll show you something. So, um, Mike White came in. So, Gary Moeller, he was mad. He was upset that he was fired and Mike White was hired. So, Gary Moeller, he went to Michigan, and this little piece of garbage told everyone what Mike White was doing to get some recruits. And so you see Mike White comes first. Look at Gary Moeller. You deserve to get fired. 3-8, 1-8, 2-8. Come on, Gary. You deserved it. Mike White comes in 3-7 his first year, then 7-4, 7-5, then 10-2. And then all of a sudden, Gary Moeller, he sees Illinois is winning. Gary Moeller he talks to the NCAA, gives them the information. Illinois gets hit. They get hit hard. Now you go from building up to 10-2. Now it's 7-4, and then 6-5, then 4-7, 3-7. Mike White knew how to play the game. A little bit of money, a little bit of stuff for the good athletes. Mike White knew how to play the game, but Gary Moeller, out of jealousy of the fact he got fired, he snitched on him, and then that was Illinois football. And then you see John Malkovich came in. He had 1 year really, 10-2, then 8-4. But after that, oh my gosh, and the Lou Tepper years, wow. Ron Turner, um, he just didn't want to recruit. Aaron Rodgers, that's right, Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterback, wanted to play for Ron Turner, wanted to come to Illinois. That's right. But Ron Turner was the worst recruiter in the history of the world. He didn't bother with recruiting. I don't think he even tried. And it shows. All he wanted to do was coach offense. But he sucked. Ron Zook could recruit. He couldn't coach. So if you could have got Ron Zook recruiting for Ron Turner's offensive coaching, we would have had something. And Tim Beckman, my gosh, how he even got hired, I'll never know. Then you got Bill Cubitt. Then Lovie Smith, that's a shock to me. This one is a shock. Lovie Smith, former Chicago Bear head coach, um, especially being a black coach, especially during the times we live in now, I'm shocked. I am shocked that Lovie Smith couldn't get the recruits. I am shocked. And his record was pathetic. So here you have a black head coach, former head coach who went to the Super Bowl, and he could not get the athletes to come to Illinois. So at the end of the day, what does that tell you? That tells you at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color the skin is. The only thing that matters is the green on the paper, and that's money. Lovey Smith did not buy players, and it shows. So if you want to be Ohio State, Alabama, you want to be Clemson, you've got to have you got to have the money. You got to put the money out there. You got to make it happen. But this football program is pathetic. I mean, it's pathetic. The overall record: 604 wins, 605 losses, 49 ties. All right, pathetic. They've been around 129 seasons. In 129 seasons, they've been to 19 bowls, ranked in the AP poll 13 times preseason, 13 times final. 129 years. In 13 times did you stay in the top 25 at the end of the year. In all seriousness, this program needs to leave the Big Ten in football and go play in the MAC conference, or maybe even lower than that, because I I don't even watch them anymore. I can't watch them. It's a joke because you start off with the recruiting numbers. You look at the recruiting numbers first, and then you're like, "This is pathetic. We have no hope." This is what you see. It's pathetic. And so you start off with the recruiting, it's terrible. Automatically, you see there's no future. Then you see the team suck. I was a season ticket holder at Illinois. I was a season ticket holder, but I got rid of my season tickets because I wasn't making the trip to watch them lose every Saturday. Before I stop, I want to mention Josh Kreutz. Josh Kreutz, the son of former Chicago Bear Olin Kreutz. Olin Kreutz was a tremendous center for the Chicago Bears, a tremendous leader. And if his son is half the player his dad was, he should be good. But nationally, he's not even ranked. He's ranked 14th in the entire state of Illinois. That's pathetic at his position. So just because your dad is good doesn't mean you'll be good. But I'm hoping that Josh Kreutz can be like his dad because his dad could play. But we'll see what happens. But other than that, I got nothing else to say about it. The Illinois football program is pathetic. And we have a new coach, um, Brett Bielema. But can he recruit to Illinois? Honestly, doubt it. Is he some kind of great head coach? No, he's really not. Not to me. But this is what we have. This is what we have. So honestly, next year we'll see what happens. This year he comes in late. It's hard to recruit. You come in late. Fine. Next year's recruiting class, if it's not a big time improvement from this patheticness, then I'm just done. I'm done. So we'll see what happens though. But I'm Illinois. This is Sports Talk, and that is your information about the University of Illinois football program. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. And until they decide to make the commitment financially to buy players like anybody else would, you got to buy players if you want to be great. It's that simple. You think Alabama and Ohio State, these teams are so good because they're not buying players? Stop it. Don't be ridiculous. They've got huge salary caps. Why do you think these head coaches won't go to the NFL? Why do you think Nick Saban and Dabo Sweeney they stay in college? Because they got a bigger salary cap. In the NFL, you have a salary cap, but in college, you don't. You can spend as much as the boosters will give you. So, but whatever. Illinois football sucks. There you go. And hopefully it will get better, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So that's the end of this stream. Thanks for watching. And it's time to go cry about Illinois football.